Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Car Spotting in downtown Naperville. We're starting it off with a pre-facelift Mercedes S550, one of my dream cars. Interior still looks beautiful for not up-to-date Mercedes. And there's a Range Rover Velar right across, and a Porsche Cayenne just rolled up. Oh, and I can't forget Acura TLX right next to the S-Class. Speaking of which, I did see some prototype pictures of an S-Class of the next generation, so the 2021 S-Class being tested. It's still under camo, so we don't know what it looks like yet. We'll probably see that sometime later this year, I would assume, because if it's a 2021 model, it's going to come out next year. You know, I remember when the W222 was brand new. I got to sit in a 2014 S550, start it up, and do a review on it. Of course, I wasn't good at car reviews back then, like I am now. I've learned a lot. That was on my unsuccessful channel, Aero Shooter 1003. It was a review of a 2014 S-Class, as I've said, and I was only a freshman in high school then. Look at me now. Almost done with my sophomore year of college. There's a GLC halogen headlights, but it looks brand new. Either that or they take really good care when washing it. Oh, and there's a GLS over there. One feature that I hope the new S-Class will get is an electronic headlight switch. The reason I say that is because Audi has done this, Porsche has done this, BMW is starting to do it. So a lot of automakers are switching to electronic headlight switches with interlocks that prevent unauthorized switching off of the headlights while the vehicle is in motion, and also return to automatic feature where if the light switch is in any other position besides the on position, then it will go back to auto on the next ignition cycle. And Audi is doing this, BMW is doing this, like I've said, but difference is Audi has their light switch set to go back to auto on each ignition cycle, regardless of where you left the switch before you turn the car off. So no, it's not possible to leave the light switched on 24/7 like you used to be able to do. In that case, the lights would be semi-automatic and they'd come on every time you start the car, so you'd never have to touch the switch again, and it would make automatic lights obsolete, apart from the adaptive functions and auto high beams. But yeah, BMW on the other hand will still let you leave the lights on 24/7 if you desire. So if you shut the ignition off and you've left the lights in the on mode, start the car next time, it won't be back in auto mode, it'll be back on. See, I hope Mercedes does it exactly like BMW, since they're more closely related to each other than to Audi or Porsche. And there goes the GLC. Oh, and there's a Porsche Cayenne parked right next to it. And these are all handy vehicles. And the reason why, the other reason why I want to see an electronic headlight switch on the S-Class is because Mercedes hasn't tried something like this yet. And there's a, oops, I'm going to get out of the way. There's traffic coming, but that was a Range Rover Sport. I mean, Range Rover full size, supercharged. Yeah, I meant to say supercharged, not sport. So that's got the V8. Of course, the V6 is supercharged too, but you don't get a badge with a V6. So one concern I have is if Mercedes doesn't do an adaptive headlight switch or electronic headlight switch, whatever it's called, people might still purposefully turn off their headlights. Gang members do this all the time. There's a 7 Series, 740i, and a dirty Q5. And some guy driving a Forester with high beams on. That's the same color as my uncle's car. Yeah, he drives a Subaru Forester too. But anyway, I've spent too much time in this parking lot, so I'm going to move over to the one next door. But I just wanted to say, as a suggestion to Mercedes-Benz, if you're watching my video, I know you've replied to one of my comments on your videos saying I can't wait to drive the new GLC. Ooh, BMW M550i. Nice spot. Hear me out when I say this. Try developing an electronic headlight switch, like a push button, where if the lights are not in the on position, then they will go back to auto on every ignition cycle. Of course, most Mercedes drivers do leave their lights in auto, but I have seen some people at night with no headlights on in cars where their light switches are automatically set to go to auto on every startup. So that vehicle in question was probably a 2013 Chevrolet Cruze, and everyone who drives a GM knows that their headlight switch, if they turn the lights off and then turn off the ignition and turn it back on, will reset to automatic. So that's how I could tell that driver purposefully turned off their headlights when driving at night. What the heck? So, not only should Mercedes have a light switch that defaults to automatic on every ignition cycle, unless it was left on, but they should also interlock it like how BMW and Audi are doing, so that way the headlights cannot be turned off inadvertently while driving. And if you attempt to take off with the lights off, it'll also switch back to automatic lights. Now what these companies have also done is they have put an indicator for when the light control is in the automatic mode. Now, of course, BMW used to do this, then they went back to doing it with the electronic switches. There's a clubman right there. There's a green light on the new BMW light control whenever the auto mode is selected. So that green light is on the auto button. That means if that green light is not lit up, you are not in automatic mode, and vice versa. Similar thing with Audi. The light switch lights up in all caps in green, and it says auto if auto mode is selected. What a gimmick. So I think Mercedes should do something like that too, where they have a light that distinguishes between automatic and manual light control. That's all I wanted to say about that. Back to the car spotting. There's a cop right there. And there's a CLA with LEDs. I saw an AMG CLA 45 earlier, but this is just a run-of-the-mill 250. I saw the new GLB interior and exterior teaser. And that's the first compact SUV with 3 rows and seating for up to 7. Impressive Mercedes-Benz. Oh, here's another GLC, same color as the one I saw earlier, and halogen headlights. That one's not as clean as the one I saw before. Oh, and there's a Model 3 right in front of Cold Stone, where I've done a food vlog before. Not a bad spot. Alright, I want to take a break and talk about the headlights one more time in a Mercedes. They do incorporate a warning. Oh, and there's a Range Rover full-size right there. HSE. I've seen that one many times. So as I was saying, Mercedes does have a warning system, kind of like how my old car did, where if the lights are not on, meaning in parking lights or side marker lights, which is off at nighttime. So if it's in one of those positions and it's dark, or you drive through a tunnel, the car will tell you to switch on the headlights, meaning either put it back in auto or turn them on manually. So yeah, at least they have the warning, but I still think they need to take it a step further. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And here comes an E-Class. It's an E300. There's an Alfa Romeo Giulia and a brand new Ford Edge, post facelift. There was a BMW X5 over there, but I'm not gonna go near it. I don't want the fuzz thinking I'm suspicious. So I think I'm going to end this video shortly. Well, way over yonder, there goes that same unmarked PD cruiser that I saw earlier. There's another one sitting over there. It's silver. Normally the red unmarked sits over there. I guess they're switching it up. Maybe the red one's in for service. You never know. But anyway, I'm back at the Mouse Mobile. So, if you guys liked this video, smash the thumbs up in the face, subscribe if you're new, turn on post notifications, do what you do best. Peace out. Look forward to seeing you next time. Have a nice day, everyone.